Time now for a look at the latest in local news. The Wayne County Board of Education met Tuesday for their regular monthly meeting. Capital outlay projects once again discussed, and today those interested in bidding to build those projects have to have those bids into the Board of Education building by the end of business hours today. School Superintendent Tony Williams says the board's going to meet and open those bids on March the 11th, and March the 11th also the date when the Board of Education is to announce who they've hired for their construction manager. They've taken the applications for that position. In discussions earlier this year, the board has decided it's in their best interest to hire a construction manager that will work for the Board of Education and the school superintendent and keep them up to date on the projects being built. School system plans to build a new ag facility, a new ROTC building, and a new weight room, all at the high school. Once again, the bids due today, opened on March the 11th, and then the board will decide on who to award the contracts to, and then the building process will soon begin. Personnel, always a big item of the board meeting, a lot of movement in the school system. Certified transfers approved. Samantha Aldridge is going from Odom Elementary to Wayne County High School. Erica Copeland from Wayne County High School to Odom Elementary. Whitney Kicklighter from Odom Elementary to Wayne County High School. Shelby Nichols from Arthur Ross Smith Elementary to James E. Bacon Elementary. Miranda Teston from Arthur Ross Smith Elementary to James E. Bacon. Tanisha Teague from Jesup Elementary to James E. Bacon, and Mary Tinsley from Arthur Ross Smith Elementary to Odom Elementary. Certified resignations: Melinda Chansey, Wayne County High School. Michael Gallagher, Arthur Williams Middle School, retiring. Leslie Greenlee, Odom Elementary. Pamela Hughes, Martha Puckett Middle School, retirement. Josh Myra, Arthur Williams Middle School. Lorraine Thornton, Central Office Technology, retirement. Julia Tumblin, Martha Puckett Middle School. Classified recommendations: Martravius Jackson, Arthur Williams Middle School. Shelby Libson, Transportation. Classified resignations: Beth Mobley, Odom Elementary, and Janice Schultz, Martha Puckett Middle School. All that personnel approved last night after an executive session at the board meeting. In case you missed it yesterday, on Monday, February 24th at approximately 9 a.m., John Christopher Wren was found unresponsive at the Federal Correction Institute here in Jesup. Responding employees initiated life-saving measures. Emergency medical services were requested while life-saving efforts continued. Mr. Wren was subsequently pronounced deceased by EMS personnel. Federal Bureau of Investigation has been notified. They state no employees or other incarcerated individuals were injured, and at no time was the public in danger. Mr. Wren was a 25-year-old male who was sentenced in the Middle District of North Carolina to a 120-month sentence for interference with commerce by threats of violence and felon in possession of a firearm. He had been in custody at FCI since January 17th of this year. FCI Jesup is a medium security facility. Again, additional information about the Federal Bureau of Prisons can be found on their website, www.bop.gov. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, Georgia lawmakers have introduced legislation that would help those who spent time in prison for crimes they did not commit receive financial compensation. According to the Georgia Innocent Project, approximately 4 to 6% of people incarcerated in the United States are actually innocent. Joey Watkins, a Georgia man who was wrongly convicted at the age of 20, was one of those people. After spending over 2 decades behind bars, he was exonerated in 2023. He says his life after release has been far from easy. Watkins says, I was convicted at 20, came out at 42. They have programs, grants, and all kinds of stuff for guys who are on parole. But when you get exonerated, you don't qualify for any of that. He says people think the nightmare of wrongful conviction ends the moment you walk out of prison. Unfortunately, he says that's just not the case. Under the proposed Wrongful Conviction Compensation Act, people who have been wrongfully incarcerated in Georgia can make claims for compensation that would be heard by administrative law judges. Legislation would allow those wrongfully incarcerated to receive $75,000 for each year they spent in prison. Those who were sentenced to death and later exonerated could also receive an additional $25,000 spent on death row. Watkins believes that compensation would help him and others who have been wrongfully convicted rebuild their lives. Similar legislation has been proposed in the past, and the state of Georgia never got over the finish line. Those in favor of the legislation believe this is the year that it will make it to Georgia law. This coming Thursday in juvenile court in Wayne County, lawyers for Noah Bush will be in court for a restitution hearing that has been postponed several times but is scheduled to take place this Thursday morning. Attorneys seeking restitution for representing Noah Bush's family. 2 juveniles ages 10 and 11 were arrested and convicted and sentenced to the maximum sentence under Georgia law, 2 years in a juvenile detention center. Both charged in connection with the death of 8-year-old Noah Bush, who drowned in a borrow pit on the northern side of Wayne County. went missing on a May 15th date, 2024, after he and two other boys went into a restricted zone within the county filled with borrow pits. Once Noah's mother, Demetrius Bush, realized her son was missing, she kicked off an overnight search. Next day, Noah's body was found in one of those borrow pits. In July, the Bush family hired the Davis Bozeman Johnson Law Group to privately investigate Noah's death. Late in July, Wayne County juvenile judge sentenced the 10-year-old child to 2 years confinement on charges of concealing the death of another and criminal trespassing. The 11-year-old involved was charged with involuntary manslaughter, simple battery, and concealing the death. He was sentenced again under Georgia law to the maximum 2 years in the juvenile detention center. Once again, the restitution hearing scheduled for juvenile court in Jesup this Thursday at 9 a.m. Once again, the media are not allowed in the juvenile court, but we'll be outside the courtroom and hopefully talk with the attorneys after the hearing is over and have a full report for you here on Friday's newscast. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes of news, the city of Jesup, city manager and Mayor Jesup, all getting ready for their upcoming retreat. It's going to take place at City Hall on Friday and Saturday, March 20th and 29th. City says they'll be working on their upcoming budget and will be meeting with department heads and have a full agenda for the retreat. Once again, they're staying local, conducting the retreat at City Hall. Again, the dates March 28th and 29th. Also a reminder, the bids for the city's East Jesup Sewer project is going to take place on Tuesday, March the 4th, right around the corner. That's going to take place at 10 a.m. They say the information will be available on the city's website. Annual Peaches to Beaches dates have been set Friday and Saturday, March 14th and 15th from 8 to 6 p.m. Official sites in Wayne County, Odom Rec Center, Coastal Pines Technical College, and 84 liquidations in Gardi. Again, they state applications are online at www.jesupgeorgia.gov and also peachestobeaches.com. You can also stop by Odom City Hall or Jesup City Hall to pick one up. Need more information about Peaches to Beaches, call Odom City Hall at 912-586-2211 or Jesup City Hall at 912-427-1313. Now that the Wayne County Board of Tourism's Hog Jam is over, they've got a couple events coming up. They state the Wayne County Spring Fair is set for April 3rd through the 12th. They state bringing you rides, games, delicious food, and all your favorites. Enjoy family-friendly fun and a great time for all ages. It's the perfect way to kick off spring with fun and memories. And also don't miss out on the Jesup Porch Fest Saturday, May 3rd from 1 to 5 p.m. Gas up the golf cart or side-by-side or just wander the charming streets of Jesup and enjoy live music performed on the porches and lawns of historic homes and churches. Plus, check out vendors in Cracker Williams Park for unique finds and delicious treats. This is going to be a free event, perfect for families, friends, and music lovers. Enjoy the sounds of local musicians in a one-of-a-kind setting. Again, mark your calendars for these two great events sponsored by the Wayne County Board of Tourism, April 3rd through the 12th for the Wayne County Spring Fair, and May 3rd for the Jesup Porch Fest. If you need more information about the events, call the Wayne County Board of Tourism at 912-427-3233. The Oak Quinn Baptist Church is proud to host world-renowned archaeologist Dr. Scott Stripling Sunday, March 16th. He's the director of the Archaeology Institute at the Bible Seminary in Katy, Texas. He's been a guest on numerous television programs and documentaries such as Fox News, New York Times, the History Channel, and Discovery Channel. He's currently overseeing the archaeological dig at Shiloh, Israel. And the March 16th morning services at Oak Quinn Baptist Church begins at 10:15, and everyone is invited to attend. That'll do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.